the Bahamas tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping the news tonight, the relaunch of Celebration Cruise Line's Palm Beach service hitting a snag today. Celebration's new vessel was expected to arrive from the port of Palm Beach this morning with some 1,000 passengers on board, but it was a no-show. According to Palm Beach media reports, the inaugural cruise was canceled after the U.S. Coast Guard denied final approval because the ship's PA system was not clearly audible throughout the vessel. We are told that the Coast Guard inspectors will be back on board the Grand Celebration on Tuesday morning for a final examination of the ship. And once given the all clear, the ship will sail on Tuesday evening. The Grand Celebration was recently purchased to replace the Bahama Celebration cruise vessel. You may recall that late in October, the Bahama Celebration vessel was leaving the port of Freeport for Palm Beach when it struck an object in the channel, causing considerable damage to that vessel. But in the meantime, Grand Bahama's tourism sector getting a boost today with the arrival of a religious group from throughout the United States and Canada. The group arrived on island via the Carnival Fascination and paid a courtesy call on the Ministry for Grand Bahama. Sabrina Brown has the details.
Delegates from the Southern Gospel Radio Network cruise made an official stop at the Ministry for Grand Bahama before taking a tour of Freeport. Minister for Grand Bahama Dr. Michael Darville met with the group and welcomed them to the island.
On behalf of the government and the people of Grand Bahama, I would like to officially welcome you to our beautiful island where Christian values and biblical principles remain the order of the day, and I am certain that the Ministry of Tourism representatives on our island and our tour operators will introduce you to all that Grand Bahama has to offer.
CEO of Southern Gospel Radio Network, Betty Tilley, shares why Grand Bahama was a destination of choice for the Christian cruise.
One thing that drew us to this island is the Christian and biblical values, because it is hard to do a cruise and to get things together with the government on different islands and things because of the Christian values. Sometimes you cannot do that. That is one thing that really drew me to this island.
Pastor Arnie Ship of Ship Family Ministries and Gospel Cruise Fest has been bringing groups to Grand Bahama for the past several years. He was instrumental in helping to bring the Southern Gospel Cruise to the island.
We met over a year ago. We started working. God gave me the door opening. I'm giving her the door opening to be able to come where I knew she would be well receptive and also loved on like we were. And to me, that means a lot because God gave me a slogan, and I spoke to you last time we were here. Teamwork makes the dream work in the Bahamas.
Local coordinator Derek Stubbs says he will continue to build Grand Bahama's tourism sector as he's working to attract other groups to the island.
We still have the Gospel USA magazine. They're coming to do a retreat later on this year. And then we have a pastor that was here last year, and he had the opportunity to minister at a church, and he is coming back with 40 persons out of Texas. And then they're trying to bring another group in June. And then, of course, Betty again and Ship in June. And so we're just looking and looking for more groups to come.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Well, this afternoon, the Southern Gospel Radio Network took its gospel promotion to the Port Lacaya area, providing an economic injection for that shopping district. Megan Shepard was there.
Over in the Count Basie Square, the artists got the opportunity to share their talent with residents and tourists alike. Unfortunately, the rain came down, but that didn't hamper the festivities. On Woodside of the Cooling Water say they are happy to see persons staying and enjoying the performances despite the liquid sunshine.
It's good to see all the folks here, they're still here and supporting even though it's raining. That lets you know that certain gospel and gospel is alive in the Bahamas in music, and it's something that you're going to see a lot of, and hopefully as music tourism and so forth pick up, we'll see more of this sort of thing here in Grand Bahama.
Groups hailed from various cities around the United States and perform original music along with classic Southern gospel songs. For many, it was their first time to the Bahamas and say they definitely plan to visit again.
It's very exciting. It's our first time to sing here in the Bahamas, so we are very excited to be here. The song we're going to do is Down to the River. It's an old song. We're going to do it a cappella today, so one that we get a lot of requests for.
This family group say they have been playing for years and are happy to share the musical gifts here on Grand Bahama.
We just grew up playing gospel music and decided to take it a little more seriously lately. So we're having a blast. Love it. It's great to praise the Lord out in new places.
This is my very first time here, and it was awesome. I absolutely loved it. Had an awesome spirit out there. We love the Lord, and we love getting to sing for the Lord. And this cruise, it's just been a lifetime dream for me.
I hope and pray everybody's out here enjoying the music, and the rain's not slowing us down one little bit, because we're going to praise the Lord any way we go about it. And we can feel that spirit down here too, just like we can up in Dayton, Ohio. I praise God for it.
David Randall says the gospel cruise is a unique experience for fellow Christians to mingle and meet their favorite artists.
What we do as artists is we sign up for the cruise, and we have a lot of our fans also join the cruise so that people can come join the cruise and they get gospel music for the entire cruise. And of course the cruise is great because you got all that food and everything else. And it's just a great time to be together, and you get to spend time with your fans, and fans get to spend time with the artists that they really enjoy.
Also enjoying today's gospel concert were the precious pearls of the community who came out with the Urban Renewal Program. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Members of the Free National Movement meeting in a retreat on Grand Bahama. The one-day parlay was held at the Foster B. Pastina Center this past Saturday under the theme One Message, One Mission. Party leader Dr. Hubert Minnis bringing a message of party unity. Dr. Minnis says the FNM is preparing for the 2017 elections, and he admonished supporters to do their part to ensure a united party and victory at the polls.
Every FNM, man, woman, and child, must know their assignments, and that begins here today. And if we send you out to work, be assured you will have the necessary materials to complete your work. Let today be the turning point to you in Grand Bahama. All of you are important. Every committee makes a difference. No PLP can stop us when we as FNMs stand together.
Deputy Party Leader and MP for East Grand Bahama, Peter Turnquest, says the retreat marks the beginning of a bright future, not only for Grand Bahama and its residents, but also for the nation, as the FNM plans to bring about a renewed sense of hope.
As we deliberate over this day and the next few days, let us focus on our individual roles and their importance to the whole. No man or woman is an island, nor can he or she deliver the victory in 2017 or before by themselves. We must come together as a cohesive team, recognizing each other's strengths, respecting each other's differences and weaknesses and sensitivities. FNMs, we are the party of change, and we must stifle any vain attempts to derail our party for personal gain and self-promotion. Now is not the time for I, but for we, the people.
Well, there appears to be no letting up in the controversy involving an apparent environmental issue near the Chesapeake subdivision. A local businessman is charging that the sewer plant in the area is creating a health hazard, and while officials of the Grand Bahama Utility Company have denied these charges, tonight others who live and frequent the area are speaking out. Italia Hall has the story.
Residents of the Chesapeake subdivision coming together to express their concerns about the sewage issue in that community. Businessman Sheffel Hepburn, who has been leading the charge, says up to last Friday there was sewage on the grounds of that facility. He notes that he has met with the Grand Bahama Port Authority on all levels, but he claims they have brushed the issue off.
I went to the plant 7:30 in the morning. There was sewage on the ground. I photographed it. I continued, I went to my walk and came back about an hour and 15 minutes later. They were cleaning it up. So when the tour happened, whatever time of the afternoon it happened, the place was spick and span.
I never open up my windows as a result, just because I'm very health conscious. I myself have been to the plant, and I have photos and footage of spills, and and other problems at the plant. It frustrates me that, you know, there are people saying that it's coming from the pond and not the sewage plant. It's obviously a common problem just all over the world where you have sewage plants, water treatment plants, where there might be an issue with the odor if it's not treated properly. So for them to say that that's not even happening in this case, it just baffles me.
Residents charged that the plant was moved from the Port Lucaya area because of the offensive odor, and they say it was placed in their backyard and it has become a nuisance.
The pond had never gave a foul odor, and we found out that it was coming from that septic tank that they put in the sewage plant, what they have in the back there. I walk during the mornings, and the stench, you could have smelled it coming from there. In the afternoons, you have to close your windows to avoid the stench from entering the house. And if you walk in that area, you can also smell that stench very strong.
Over the time that it took for us to build a duplex residence, there was no odor emanating from anywhere in the Chesapeake subdivision area. We noticed that anytime you passed lately on Midshipman Road at night, sometimes you could smell the aroma coming from this new sewage treatment plant that was put there. And definitely there was no problem before, but after the sewage treatment plant went in, there was definitely an aroma that comes from that particular facility.
Hepburn says experts came to give suggestions, which was forwarded to the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and they have done a poor job of responding to the issue.
I think it's demeaning and disgraceful that they have treated the residents of this area in the manner and fashion that they have. And then they have the audacity to say that it is the pond and not the plant. Well, they own the pond. And if it is the pond smells like crap, and they ought to move the pond or move the residents. And my problem is not my personal problem, but my problem is the problem of the residents of the area.
This Chesapeake resident says there has been too much talk from both sides, but he says residents need action at this time. It's Talia Hall, ZNS Network News.
In other news, police have identified the man who was stabbed to death at his house in Hawksville early Saturday morning as 70-year-old Sandiata Karamo. According to reports, around 5 o'clock Saturday morning, police received a call about a domestic dispute at a home at Bimini Place in Hawksville. The dispute escalated and an individual was injured. When police and EMS arrived at the scene, they found the man's lifeless body lying on the floor in a bedroom with an apparent stab wound. A 30-year-old American male, a relative of that victim, is currently assisting police with this investigation. Stay with us, there's more news right after this.
Bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Bahamians exploring the concept of networking. The initiative should help with marketing various goods and services. Joan Davis-Roll explains.
Bahamians who have formed a special network are attempting to take their message global. The goal is to get local businesses to tap into new markets and broaden their vision by exposing them to countless opportunities available nationwide. CEO of Excel Management Group International, Jackie Rowe.
We have an exciting leadership. It's called Let's Talk Leadership and Build Entrepreneurs. And my business partner, Tishna Sands Brinson, who was not here at the time, but it's really her vision and her company, LSTG Connector, coming together with Excel Management. And what we're doing is hosting our first annual leadership conference. And the purpose of the conference is to not only help Bahamians, but to help people in general, how to be leaders, how to be entrepreneurs, how to, the foundation that they would need in order to grow, and not only grow in the Bahamas or grow in Florida, but throughout the world.
Roll, who holds an MBA and also serves as an international agent, shares how she got involved in providing such a powerful platform for Bahamians.
What we've decided to do is have a mentorship program that's also a part of our companies. And in the mentorship program, we have 7 amazing speakers. They are awesome. And we're so excited that they're going to be a part of this first event, because what they bring to the table is so much knowledge, so much information, so much expertise. And then we know the importance of mentorship. We know how important it is for persons to connect. And sometimes, especially when you're starting a business or you want to develop as a person, develop as a leader, it's important to connect with that person who's already achieved what you're trying to achieve.
Grand Bahama, she says, is said to be poised for unprecedented growth and development, and also on the group's itinerary is this northern island.
Well, one of the things, is realizing that they're all interrelated. Whether because with the MBA degree, it has given me the knowledge and the information that I need to advise, to counsel, to guide, to share knowledge, to mentor, and it's all interrelated, some way, somehow. And, we're all leaders in our own right, regardless of whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you're a single parent, whether you're a student, whether you're the president or CEO of your company or you're a politician, whatever it is, you're a leader. And it's so important for us to recognize the roles that we play in being leaders, and having persons to tap into that and to see that wherever you are right now, you're a leader.
Joan Davis Roll, ZNS Network News.
In just 4 months, seniors throughout the Bahamas will graduate from various schools. But according to senior mistress and coordinator for the pre-employment workshop at St. George's High School, preparation is key. The school hosted a one-day seminar to educate students on what they will need once their high school days are over.
It's important that they know how to properly prepare resumes, how to interview, ethics in the workplace, and so that's what we're about here. And so they need resumes for college, they need resumes for job, entry-level employment, and so that's what we do here every year at St. George's High School.
Student at St. George's High School, Atea Dorset, says the seminar is informative. Corporate trainer Deborah Pratt was one of the lecturers at the event.
We're learning how to prepare resumes for the business workforce in the world today, teaching us how to be prepared for the workforce to make resumes and just how to display yourself in a public field.
I'm always excited about the opportunity to actually speak to young people, to give them such information, and my only concern sometimes is that in giving them the information as to exactly what is expected of them when they go on to the job, sometimes they may go on to the job and they may find persons, older persons who may have been there for some time, who are actually doing things contrary to what I may tell them. But I always encourage them to always, even though they are young, to remember that they can be the ones to actually go on the job and actually set an example for the persons that they actually met there, who were there years before them.
Well, the carnival is back in Freeport. It's under new management and includes several new features as well. Joan Davis Roll gives us the details.
Grand Bahama is said to be in for a treat. After being absent for a number of years, the popular carnival has returned. This time officials say it is a new and improved carnival. Office manager with McCafferty Enterprises, Joanne Berthel.
The carnival's back after 3 years. We haven't been here. We're very excited to be here. We've got lots of new and different rides. We've brought food and games. We have pizza and ice cream. We have lots of different rides for all ages and games.
She says their goal is to provide an unforgettable carnival experience as well as wholesome family fun.
Instill a lot of excitement with the kids. All the kids that we've talked to so far where we're staying, they're just so excited to have the carnival here for the first time in years, and they can't wait to come.
Berthel is inviting the entire community to take in the activities at the carnival located at Gombe Park.
Plenty of rides here for everybody. We have a lot of families that come. We have a lot of grandparents that bring their kids. There's stuff for everybody to do. We just hope it'll create a lot of memories for families to remember their time together.
Joan Davis Roll, ZNS Network News.
Ricardo Liborn has gone fishing, but have no fear. A full check of sports when we return. Topping sports, St. Paul's 2015 Inter-House Sports took place at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex, and our Kimberly Mullings was there for all of the action.
Peter, David, and Andrew Houses enjoyed their day on the track. The weather was perfect, and everyone participated. Saints head coach MacArthur Rigby says since he came to St. Paul's, he's seen an improvement.
They're getting better, and we don't ask them to do no more than they can give, and ask them to get better every year and to give their best effort, and they always do that. And the amazing thing is every time we ask them to give their best, they give their best effort. So we have big, small, long, short, everybody just compete. So it's really good.
Coach Rigby says it's important to not only have fun, but to have the right outlook, something St. Paul's aims for.
We work on our kids becoming classy. If they're going to be world champion, we want world champion classy people, really and truly, either on the track or off the track, because either way you're going to be a world class. So we want them to understand classiness is more important than winning, because eventually you will win if you become a classy person.
A positive attitude makes all the difference, says Rigby. The camaraderie displayed is something he hopes the students can reflect on someday and be proud of.
You look back at your career in high school, you should look back at the fact that you had fun. But you should look back at the fact that no one tread on you, no one walks on you, because everybody was disciplined too. So those are things we work at.
Rigby commented on the B3A scheduling nationals before Grand Bahama Island Sports. He doesn't think it's fair to the young athletes.
Our kids have to go and do a high school championship. 1 week later they do nationals. 1 week later they do Carifta trials. And I think when you look at our performance, maybe we didn't perform. Grand Bahama doesn't perform as good as it should, because the body can only take so much beating.
Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Total Sports.
Thanks, Kimberly. High school basketball Thursday in the Derek Nesbitt and Obie Wolshcombe League. Tabernacle Junior Girls over 8 Mile Rock 26-7. BMES down. Grand Bahama Academy 15-14. Tabernacle Senior Girls held off 8 Mile Rock 9-4. Lucine International turned back Jack Hayward 23-16. BMES over St. Paul's 19-11. Mary Star got by St. George's 17-16. In under 17 boys play, Tabernacle 26, Mary Star Academy 19. 8 Mile Rock closed out St. Paul's 19-16. St. Paul's defeated BMES 20-15. Sunland with the 23-12 win over Jack Hayward. Meantime, the Grand Bahama Volleyball Association playoffs are in high gear on court at the St. George's Gym. The starter specialist and the Pleasant All-Stars. The starter specialist took the first set 25-18 and the set 25-23. The All-Stars regrouped and rallied back to take the next 3 sets 25-21, 25-19, and 18-16. GBVA President Ariel Knoll said the playoffs are almost complete.
We're in our final 6 games now. We're just waiting on the winners of the Starter Company and Pleasant All-Star. Next Tuesday, we'll be moving into our championship round, where we'll have the Freeport Shipyard Cruisers versus GT Defenders. Then we'll have Nesbitt Rentals versus the winner of Pleasant and the Starter Company.
Well, the league has been a huge success, as Oriole, and the exposure of the young players this season has been incredible. Well, the B-Bays starts and the Mr. Baker boys all set for the co-ed finals, and that's a check on sports.